Hello children, welcome back to Math Revision class for grade 3 at Sri Vidyaniketan Public School in Sri Ram Nagar. Today we are moving to the day 7. So the topic is rotational symmetry. Rotation means turning around a central point. For example, a fan rotates. When an object is rotated upside down and still looks the same, it is said to have a rotational symmetry. So here the given object, if we rotate this object means it looks upside also same and downside also same. So it is called a rotational symmetry. Coming to the next, object has line symmetry but no rotational symmetry. So here the given object, if we cut the middle of this object means it looks exactly like other half of the object. So it has a line symmetry. If we rotate this image means we can get upside also different and downside also different. So it has no rotational symmetry. Next is object has rotational symmetry but no line symmetry. So here the given object, if we rotate this object means it looks upside also same and downside also same. So it has a rotational symmetry. If we cut the middle of this object, it doesn't looks exactly like other half of the object. So it has no line of symmetry. Coming to the next, object has both line symmetry and rotational symmetry. So here the given object, if we rotate this object means it looks upside also same and downside also same. So it has a rotational symmetry. If we cut the middle of this object means it looks exactly like other half of the object. So it has a line of symmetry. So this image has both line of symmetry and rotational symmetry. Coming to the next question, classify the objects as having line symmetry or rotational symmetry. Write them in the Venn diagram below. So here are the given object. You have to classify whether the given object is line symmetry or rotational symmetry. So if it has line symmetry means you have to write here. It has a rotational symmetry means you have to write here. If it has both line symmetry and rotational symmetry, you have to write here. Coming to the day 8. The topic is rotational patterns. Clockwise direction is when something moves in the direction of the hands of the clock. So this is the direction of clockwise. For example, here the given pattern. So here the given point. So it has to move in the clockwise direction. So the point will come here. So next in this image the point will come here to here. And in the fourth image it will come here to here. So this is a clockwise direction of this pattern. Next is anti-clockwise direction, is moving something in the direction opposite to the hands of the clock. So this is the direction of anti-clockwise. So for example, this is a given pattern. So the point is given here. So we are moving anti-clockwise. So in the second image the point will come here. In the third image the point will go here. In the fourth image the point will go in the upside. So this is the direction of anti-clockwise. Coming to the next question, mark C if a pattern is clockwise and mark AC if it is a anti-clockwise and complete the pattern. So you have to complete the pattern and you have to write whether it is a clockwise or anti-clockwise. Coming to the day 9. The topic is time patterns. For example, observe the time patterns and extend it to fill the last clock. So the first step is the time shown in the first clock is 12 o'clock. The first clock it is showing 12 o'clock. Second step is the time shown in the second clock is 1. So it increases by 1. In the second clock it is showing 1 o'clock. So it increases by 1. The third step is time shown in the third clock is 2. So here in the third clock it is showing 2 o'clock. It increases by again 1. So here to here 1. Hence the time shown in the last clock should be 3. 1 increased from 2 o'clock is 3. So here from 2 o'clock it is increases by 1. So it is 3 o'clock. Coming to the next question, observe the time patterns and extend it to fill the last clock. So you have to observe the clocks and you have to draw the given last clock. Coming to the day 10, the topic is tiling. When sheets cover a surface without leaving any gaps in between, it is called a tiling. So here the given example. Here there is no gap between the shapes. So here unit shape is rectangle. So here this having a gap, so this is called a non-tiling. So gap in between the shapes, it is called a non-tiling. Types of tiling. Triangle. Unit shape is triangle. So inside the unit shape is triangle. Rectangle. Unit shape is rectangle. So inside the shape is it is rectangle. Square. Unit shape is square. Inside the shape that is square. Coming to the next question, tick the shapes that tile and cross out the ones that don't tile. So if it is a tile, you have to put a cross. You have to put a tick, and if it is a non-tile, you have to put a cross. Thank you.